it was some crazy work. And just with him and Devin working, it was crazy, entertaining work at that particular time.
Right there, Chrissy White. That's why we brought him back.
I'm that good. None of these fighters could beat me. And if you sign up to fight me, good luck.
Floyd Mayweather spoke highly of the sparring session between Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson, saying it was competitive, exciting, and full of high-level boxing. He praised both fighters for their outstanding skills, strong performances, and the talent they displayed throughout the session.
He can do crazy numbers. It's going to be hard to break my record because you have so many people stealing. You know, so many people stealing.
Streaming, yeah.
Yeah, streaming. It's still stealing. If they're not paying for it, they're free. It's stealing.
Their sparring showed that Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney are evenly matched, with both fighters displaying top-level skills, landing strong punches, and answering each other's attacks with impressive accuracy throughout the session. Floyd Mayweather got into a heated exchange with Bill Haney, saying that Devin Haney looks impressive during gym sessions, but has not consistently shown that same level of performance when it matters most inside the ring.
You know what I'm saying? You pop it 1,000 times. Think you was talking about that sparring shit. Think you beat niggas up in sparring. I didn't watch you beat niggas up. And when my son got down on you, you dig what I'm saying? You act like you tell us
Bill,
so, you tell us so, you
Bill,
tell us.
Bill, if your son is undefeated in the gym, congratulations. Congratulations that you got an undefeated fighter in the
Shakur Stevenson expressed complete confidence in his skills, saying he believes no fighter can beat him, but he is ready to face anyone who wants to step into the ring and prove him wrong.
It's good to hear. It's good to hear because a lot of people don't realize how great I am. I've been told them this. It's like you got to keep saying it over and over, and it's like, as I'm saying, it's like I'm wasting my breath because it's like people like, no, you know, oh, fight this guy. Oh, you won't do this to Teofimo Lopez. You won't da-da-da-da. It's a video of like me and when me and Cameron was going back and forth, he said something like, oh, take yourself up to 140 and fight Teofimo Lopez so he can knock your head off. And now it was like, I did it. And like I said, now people getting to see what I done been saying from the
Shakur Stevenson said he is ready to fight anyone who calls him out, making it clear that he is not avoiding any challenger and is willing to face the best fighters in the sport.
I'm like, nah, he just keeps saying my name to the public. This is the fight that people want to see. My fan base, they want to see this fight. I put the fight together. 2 days before the fight, now he's sick. He poisoned, somebody massaged him and did something to him. I don't know, all this that he kept talking about, but I'm just like showing y'all like what type of I am. I be like, but I know my wrongs. Like I understand. That's why now I gotta like understand it's a business and not just get talked into doing things when it come down to like the public.
Bernie Boxer recently broke down a possible fight between Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney, praising the outstanding careers and achievements of both fighters. He pointed out that Stevenson has built an impressive legacy by becoming a 4-division world champion, a 2-time lineal champion, and a 2-time Ring Magazine champion. According to Bernie, these accomplishments show not only Stevenson's elite boxing skills, but also his ability to succeed across multiple weight classes against different styles of opponents, making him one of the toughest and most complete fighters anyone can face.
Conor Ben comes into the ring, they talk, have some words, but Shakur Stevenson said, I want to put that same rehydration clause you put on Chris Eubank. Tell me, what did you get out of that moment in the ring?
Well, you know, I heard on the press conference where I think it was his manager said that, you know, that was a clown move, but I think Shakur invited that, you know. I don't even know if I would have said all that about Conor being right then, you know, but I think he really wants that fight. He really wants the money for the fight. You know, he been saying that. But now he came through victorious. You know, I think he really wants that money for that fight. He wants the money for.
Bernie Boxer also praised Devin Haney, describing him as a highly skilled and disciplined fighter known for his speed, accuracy, and smart boxing style. He said Haney has the talent and experience to challenge even the best champions. By comparing the achievements of both fighters, Bernie explained that a fight between Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney would be a high-level battle of skill and a major moment that could have a lasting impact on both of their careers and legacies.
Legacy fights, accomplishments, because now Shakur is a 4-weight world champion. Devin is a 3-weight world champion. Devin was undisputed, but now Shakur is a 2-time lineal champion. You know, so he's a 2-time Ring Magazine winner. You know, 2-time unified champion. If you want to add the ring, as far as with the WBO, he was unified at 130. You know, so he's a 2-time unified champion, 2-time lineal champion. Beat a guy like Teofimo Lopez, who rises to the occasion. Had a close fight with George Kambosos. You can make a claim that he was fighting out of frustration or out of emotion. You know, and that was it. He was in his prime too. You know. Josh Taylor seemed to be drained at 140. Not taken away from Devin, but he was already moving up to 47, they were saying. You know, Lomachenko was a little older. And
Sean Porter believes a fight between Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney would be one of the closest and most exciting matchups in boxing. He said both fighters are incredibly fast, smart, and technically gifted, making it very difficult to pick a winner. According to Porter, the outcome would depend on more than just speed, as ring IQ, timing, and the ability to create and take advantage of small openings would be just as important. He expects the fight to be competitive from start to finish, with both men trading momentum and delivering a masterclass in skill, strategy, and precision that would keep fans fully engaged.
Right? I really don't know why he beating us. Good. The thing with that is it's an amazing fight because both guys are very quick, very intuitive, and very fast and sharp. I do lean with, I'm not even gonna pick a winner in that because this is my first time playing it in my head and I just see it. It's just so back and forth, and it's that fast chess that we always talk about, and it's that fast chess, which it's gonna be slick.
What wins a fast chess match? What makes a difference?
Who's fastest? Yeah. Honestly, it's who's fastest, and it's also not just who's fastest with the hands, but also mentally to make that setup in that second move and capitalize the fastest. That's a fantastic fight.
You think we see it?
Love to see it.
Yeah, but do you think? I think so. I think we get it at maybe 140.
I'm not rushing that fight. No, I don't think we get it at 140. I think if we get it at 135. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think Shakur. Maybe Shakur's got, I don't know, maybe a couple fights, if not less than that, at 130. And then I think a blessing for us will be Shakur going after fighters, not going after belts, not going after a championship title, but going after belts, or going after fighters. If he decides to go after fighters because it's getting him everything that he really did turn pro.
Dan Rafael praised Shakur Stevenson's performance, saying his technical ability and overall control were on full display throughout the fight. He explained that Shakur took command from the opening bell and dominated nearly every part of the contest. Although many expected a close and competitive matchup, Rafael said it quickly became a one-sided performance as Stevenson consistently outboxed his opponent. His sharp offense, strong defense, smooth footwork, and accurate jab showed why he remains one of the most skilled fighters in the sport.
In my mind, I always felt like Shakur was going to win, and it was going to probably be a pretty comprehensive decision. But in my mind, I'm thinking it's going to be, maybe it'll be 8-4, maybe it'll be 9-3. Maybe the rounds will be somewhat competitive, but Shakur will win them because he's, as I said at the time, I felt like in every department he was probably a little better than Teofimo, except maybe for the pure punching power. But I thought that was negated because I don't think that either one of them is a big puncher at 140 pounds. But it turned out that the rounds weren't even competitive. So you can have a fight where the score could be, that wide, but you look at each individual segment of the fight and you're like, okay, there was competition. This wasn't like that. This was Shakur easily winning.
Raphael emphasized.
Dan Raphael also praised Shakur Stevenson's calm and composed approach, saying he stayed in control even when his opponent tried to build momentum. He pointed out that Shakur used smart positioning, accurate punches, and excellent ring awareness to remain ahead throughout the fight. Raphael added that while some questioned Stevenson's punching power, he proved that timing, precision, defense, and ring IQ were enough to shut down his opponent and land clean, effective shots. He concluded that the performance was more than just another win. It was a statement that showcased Shakur's preparation, strategy, and elite technical skills, further proving why he is one of the best fighters in the division.
It wasn't even close. There was never a moment other than that 1 or 2 rounds where you had to even think about who was the winner, because it's so very clear that Shakur was doing it on offense, doing it on defense, with movement, with his jab was spectacular. He actually, to me, the conventional wisdom is he's the bigger puncher, Teofimo, than Shakur. No, he wasn't. Teofimo never landed a telling shot the whole freaking fight, and he never had shown any kind of serious punching power at 140 since he arrived in the division, other than the first bout in the division where he scored a knockout over a journeyman opponent.
The way I watched it, I was just like, not in awe, but when you're watching something and go, I think the consensus was that Shakur would outbox, and I think people get confused when we say to outbox the opponent. People associate with back foot move.
No.
Shakur Stevenson has established himself as one of boxing's biggest stars while continuing to deal with challenges involving the sport's sanctioning bodies. His willingness to move between weight classes and his plan to return to 135 pounds show his confidence and versatility as a fighter. This position has also increased the pressure on organizations like the WBC as they manage internal issues and major decisions involving some of boxing's top names.
Shakur Stevenson blasts WBC and responds to being stripped of a 135-pound title. This is a bit wild. It's a bit wild. And the reason it's a bit wild, so many different reasons actually, but one of the biggest reasons is that Shakur has always said, I want to go up to fight Teo, but I want to come back down to 135. So basically, he's almost telling the WBC, let me go up there, I will come back down. And with what the WBC are going through right now, and this battle with Zuffa, where, they've got some real big players and power over there, and they're saying F the belts, and WBC are fighting, saying none of the belts mean stuff. The last thing you want to do is have a public spat, a public back and forth with one of the biggest names in boxing right now. Shakur Stevenson is one of the biggest names in boxing. And the thing about Shakur as well, you piss him off, this guy will go straight to social media and make it known that he's pissed off. And that's
Olau explained that Shakur Stevenson publicly voiced his frustration with the WBC over a reported $100,000 sanctioning fee, making it clear on social media that he disagreed with the organization's demand. Although his recent fights were not for the WBC title, the rules still required him, as champion, to pay part of the sanctioning fee, which Olau described as a questionable policy that has created tension between elite fighters and sanctioning bodies. Despite these issues, Stevenson continues to be one of boxing's biggest stars, using his platform to speak openly, challenge decisions, and back up his words with top-level performances, further strengthening his reputation as one of the sport's most respected fighters.
The belt was on the line. Does that make sense? Let me see if I can find it. I'm going to find it and read it out to so I'm not paraphrasing, because this is quite important and I think it's a joke. I think it's a joke. I really do. All right. Okay, yeah. All right, rule 7.3. I'm going to put this on the screen as well. It says, in the event that a WBC champion competes in any belt in which his WBC title is not at stake, the champion is obligated to pay the WBC 50% of the WB sanctioning fee, payable as if the belt were a title defense. What? What are we doing? That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm sorry, this is different to Terence Crawford. A lot of you kind of didn't agree with my take on Crawford saying F the WB.
Some analysts believe the repeated delays in making a fight between Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney have led to speculation that Shakur may be avoiding the matchup. They point out that whenever talks appear to move forward, new obstacles seem to prevent the deal from being finalized. These ongoing setbacks have fueled debate among fans and the boxing community, with some questioning whether Stevenson is hesitant to face Haney. While both fighters are widely viewed as elite and evenly matched, The continued delays have left many wondering if the fight will happen anytime soon or keep being pushed back.
I know I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate for this, but like Shakur is literally fearing Devin Haney. Because like every time like you go on a Shakur interview and every time he's mentioned to fight Devin Haney, like let's talk about the first time. Like the first time that Shakur was asked to fight Devin, like basically Shakur was just like, well, I think it was Cigar Talk. Like he was on an interview with Cigar Talk. Like basically the first time they asked him like, oh, would you fight Devin Haney? And Shakur was like, yeah, I would love to fight Devin, but I'm not moving up to 147. And he basically said that Devin Haney would have to move back down to 140, which we all know Devin is not moving back down to 140. And definitely ain't going back to 135 because he was just killing himself to make the lower weight classes that he was at. Like 135, like he was extremely killing himself. Like look at him in the George Kambosos fight. Like the Ryan Garcia fight, his second fight at 140, he didn't look the best. He looked pretty drained, but he didn't look as drained like as he did against Kambosos because he was killing himself a lot to make 135, but Shakur just doesn't want Devin to be at his best. And just the amount of times that Shakur was just mentioning like rehydration clause, rehydration clause, rehydration clause, rehydration clause, rehydration clause, like over and over again, like in every single interview, like when they mentioned Devin Haney, like he's just talking about how Devin's too big, like he's always complained about that and the clause that he's always talking about, like, well, yeah, Shakur, that's why I would pick Devin to beat you, because if you're talking about that size being too much and you're just not confident, and you're just bringing up rehydration clause, that's called fear, because you just don't want to fight a fighter where he's at his best. And we all know Devin is way better at 147 than he was at 1.
Others disagree with the idea that Shakur Stevenson is avoiding Devin Haney, arguing that he is simply focused on securing the biggest fights available. Reports have linked him to discussions about a potential matchup with Conor Benn, suggesting he is targeting high-profile opponents and career-defining opportunities rather than delaying fights. This approach has sparked plenty of debate among fans and analysts, with opinions divided on whether it is a smart career move or a reason the Haney fight has yet to happen.
Let's talk about this Shakur and the Conor Benn thing. Shakur's been getting a lot of flack because fans feel like that Shakur is ducking Devin Haney. How do I feel about Shakur ducking Devin Haney? I don't think it's true. I don't think it's a thing. Shakur said he's going to go up, put a rehydration clause on the man to fight him. Is Devin Haney going to take a rehydration clause to fight? If not, I don't think so. So why are we even having the debate about him fighting Devin? It's not like he's fighting a champion to get a random accolade like a belt or something, you know? So it's really irrelevant to even bring up why Shakur is not fighting Devin. He's fighting Conor Benn because he feels like he needs to fight Conor Benn because he disrespected him or whatever the case may be. It's really nothing to it. Fans are trying to put Devin and Shakur against each other. I would love to see the fight, but it's whatever.
Many believe that by 2026, one of the biggest fights in boxing could be a showdown between Keyshawn Davis and Devin Haney. The rivalry has been building for years through heated exchanges involving Davis, his brothers, and Haney, adding even more excitement to a potential matchup. With both fighters expected to compete at 147 pounds, many fans see this as a more exciting fight than several other proposed bouts. Keyshawn, a proven champion at 135 pounds, brings elite skills and experience, while Haney continues to prove himself as one of boxing's top talents. Their youth, athletic ability, and contrasting styles could produce a thrilling contest, and promoters believe the fight has all the ingredients for a major event filled with high stakes, compelling storylines, and memorable moments for boxing fans.
Davis, Keyshawn Davis brothers, and Devin the Dream Haney. I believe in the 147-pound division that a Keyshawn Davis versus Devin Haney will be just as interesting, just as lucrative than any of those fights that we mentioned. A potential fight with Rolly Romero, potential fight with Devin Haney and Crocker. I think Keyshawn Davis and Devin Haney will be a way better fight than that. Mario Barrios, I think that Keyshawn Davis and Devin Haney promo will be way better than Mario Barrios and Devin Haney. And of course, those are unification bouts, but we also in the landscape of boxing in which belts don't matter as much. It don't matter as much. It matters, but it don't matter as much. Keyshawn Davis was already a champion in the 135-pound division, and where he performed very, very well, because of course the performances that Keyshawn Davis has is really more entertaining than the performance that Shakur Stevenson had. We was talking about Shakur Stevenson in tank in the 135-pound division, but as Keyshawn kept emerging, he was already a conversation of Shakur, Keyshawn, and Davis, Keyshawn. Of course, we got Andy Cruz going to be facing Moritaya on the 24th, but look like that fight is not gonna happen. The primary fight for Keyshawn Davis now, in my opinion, is Devin the Dream Haney at 147 because that's his plan. The primary fight for a Devin Haney, in all actuality, should be now a Keyshawn Davis. If Keyshawn Davis is willing to fight you, and they call in and Devin Haney and Bill Haney, shout out to Bill Haney, he's done a wonderful job as a manager, is saying that they Debo, well, Keyshawn Davis is Craig, and Keyshawn Davis is running towards Debo.
Shakur Stevenson supported Floyd Mayweather's criticism of Devin Haney, making it clear that he agreed with Floyd's views on the ongoing disagreement over fight negotiations. He suggested that Haney's approach did not fully consider the bigger picture of boxing and its business side. Shakur also showed that he is paying close attention to the situation and is willing to speak openly rather than stay quiet about issues affecting the sport.
So I think we all know that Mayweather telling the truth, but the fact is that Devin Haney was wrong by Top Rank when he had to fight Kambosos over and over in a different country. He should never have to fight Kambosos 2 times over and over like that. He was wrong, and Dev is getting back. You're getting that get back. And a lot of times when fighters is wrong, they take it out on their next opponent, or whoever has to come up, they want them to come up the same way they came up. And whether it was wrong or right, that's the way that they look at it. I don't think that Dev is going to bend break for nobody, and I don't care who says what. My opinion don't matter. You know what I mean? But it's definitely exciting to see these guys is going to get in the ring. Within 2 to 3 to 5 years, these guys are going to get in the ring. So it's just exciting to see the build-up. This is just the build-up happening, man.
That's all for today's video. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to stay tuned for more boxing news and updates. We'll see you in the next one.